So if you've been keeping up with the last 24-ish hours of the new AoE4 DLC release, you would know about a certain someone called Lancaster. House Lancasters are incredibly strong, the new civilization for the DLC that just got released yesterday. And already now we've got a day one hotfix. So there are going to be some changes here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that really does to the civilization. It's not going to be a super long video, just breaking down the new changes. So how about we just get into it? It's going to be called Patch 13, Adrian Plus 4. Basically, they've heard our feedback about the variant civs that got released with AoE4, Knights and Cross Rose. It seems that Lancaster hit the battlefield with a little bit too much muscle. All right, so they're reducing the power a little bit. Let's take a look at it. They fixed the crash for the Agincourt, and then they made some civ-specific changes to two of our variant civs, the Knights Templar and the House of Lancaster. So they only apply to the variant versions of the classic civilizations. The variant civilizations share many of the changes made to the parent civilizations listed above. So this is sort of like an addition to the overall change they made as a part of the patch. So House of Lancaster, let's go through it. The Demi-Lancers, those are the levies that you're able to get in Feudal Age that increase for every mana you have now had their health reduced to 160, which is significant. It's 10 HP, which is, it's sometimes one hit, right? So that's one less hit to kill a Demi-Lancer for some units. Veteran Demi-Lancer's damage decreased from 10 to 9, which also decreased the charge damage from 15 to 14. Again, making the Demi-Lancers quite a lot weaker, which I like. I feel like that is such a strong play. The Elite Demi-Lancer health has been decreased by 40, which is a lot. That's like a whole Spearman attack. And the Elite Demi-Lancer damage has been decreased by 4. The charge has been decreased by 6. So this is a massive nerf to the Demi-Lancer call-in once you're in Imperial Age, or if you're just making them out of the Wingguard Palace, which seems to be the big problem in Imperial Age Lancaster games. So you can do the Wingguard Palace, and then you can basically just produce them out of this landmark, I believe. So you have your, it must be the Wingguard army, yeah, here. So the Earl's Retinue, 6 Demi-Lancers and 2 Arbelars, which is very cheap. It's only 650 food right now, 200 gold as of this update. So this makes them a lot weaker and less spammable. I like that a lot. That's really that main mechanic there in the end that's getting nerfed. It's still super strong, but this is it's a big nerf to the late game stage of the Demi-Lancer, not so much the early stage. Then we've got the Billman, which is the upgrade that the spears can get that reduces armor, and it's now going to be just -1/-1, and this is everything. This is like removing the +1 damage from Feudal Age, basically. When you're talking about dealing damage to armored units and you would use your spearmen to debuff enemy armored units, now your archers aren't gonna do that much damage. The upgrades now matter even more. Are you getting your blacksmith upgrades or not? And if you aren't, well, your billmen aren't gonna go the whole way, basically. They're going to do only -1/-1 instead of -2/-2. So this is a massive change to the Billman upgrade. You should still get it, but it's not going to be a sort of replacement for crossbows where you can just stay feudal indefinitely. Then you got Synchronized Shot, which is your upgrade for Castle Age Yeoman. This one here, 700 resources. Unlocks the Synchronized Shot ability, which is basically just a central volley. You've probably seen it. It has a massive range, and yeah, it does a lot of damage and kills workers quite easily when you have 30 yeomen or something. Basically, 6, 7, 8 damage has been reduced by 1 now for each age, so it's now 5, 6, and 7 for Feudal Veteran and Elite tiers. Good change, I would say. I have no clue how this is playing out just yet, but I believe that this is going to be a step in the right direction overall. Then there's this civilization trait, the wool industries, which decreases the gather rate now to 20%. I did a test playthrough of my build that I released recently to see if the timings changed at all, and I was able to get the exact same Feudal Age timing. That is what it is. Probably not that big of a change. I mean, it's 5%. It's not going to change anything. And my Castle Age timing was delayed by about 20-ish seconds. So 20 to 30 seconds, I would say. Castle Age delay is basically what this does now for me in the Demi-Lancer build. So instead of aging up at 7:15, I'm now aging up at 7:45. And yeah, I have that game right here in my match history if you want to check that out. Actually, it's not there. I think it didn't get saved. Anyways, I got that about 30 seconds later. So that does change things a little bit, but for an average player, absolutely not. Manners, the income has been reduced by 10 resources per minute. Still don't think that fixes the problem with manners. The problem with manners is that they don't take up pop space, that they give pop space. Them giving passive income, every other civ has that. I would just love if the manners took up their equivalent in villages as pop space. That's how I feel about it. If they took 3 to 4, just worked a bit like AoE2's Feitoras for the Portuguese civ, I think that would be far better. But that's my opinion. Then this upgrade here has got nerfed, so the open field system is now now 200 wood and 400 gold, which is what is that? 100 resources extra. So again, not too much. It's a good change for sure. But I believe this is only for the second one. So if we take a look at the manor, yeah, this one here. So again, if you were to boom anyways, this is not going to change that, what should I say, decision to boom. Your original timing for 6 manors is the same. If you want to go 9 manors, it's 100 resources extra. And to be honest, you're going to get that within a minute of the first manor being live. So yeah, not really that big of a deal. All right. Maybe that changes it if you go fast 9 manors, which is something I didn't think about because I would never go fast 9 manors myself. I prefer 3 manors, fast castle. Anyways, Castle Lancaster, Muster the Nobles. This is our call-in when we play Lancaster Castle. So Muster the Nobles now cost 100 resources extra. Again, I didn't get more than a 7-second to 9-second delay when I did my playthrough of this. And that might as well also have been the spawn that delayed me more there compared to what I was testing beforehand. So I would say 5 to 10 seconds, maybe 7 to 9 seconds to be more specific. It's not going to change much if you're going to go for the 5 Dimming Lancer timing that I put out a few days ago. Wingard Palace, the Earl's Retinue train time has been increased by 5 seconds. Again, back to the one that we were looking at. The Wingard Palace, Earl's Retinue with the Dimming Lancers that got nerfed for Imp. That has been decreased with a 5-second delay now, and then or increase I should say. And the gunpowder contingent is now 850 wood and 1050 gold, so 250 resources increase. That is this one here where you get a culverin and 2 Republicans. It's still a massive value. It's definitely still good, but that's also enough. It's definitely enough. And then we have garrison command train time, which is now 5 seconds more. So that's the one that gives 8 spears and 1 Earl's Guard. All right, so that's it for Lancaster changes. I hope there's going to be more changes. I want to see more changes to the manors. I don't believe this is going to change the OP-ness of Lancaster at all. So if anyone's telling you that, I would not believe them. That's my opinion. Anyways, Knights Templar getting a buff though, which is good to see. They're also getting some changes. Sergeant's health has been increased by 10. And now we already know that veteran and elite sergeants kind of have a lot of extra HP. Looking at sergeant's health in the feudal age is definitely a needed thing, because a lot of the times you're just taking so much extra damage from not having any ranged armor. Now you can basically take 2 shots more from an archer. So that's very neat. Then you have heavy spearmen. The cost has been increased by 80 food, which is good, because that unit is absolutely bonkers when you're actually playing with it. Its barracks units is one of the Castle Age call-ins. I think it's the Angevin Empire, and it gives you these heavy spearmen here, and they take 19 seconds. They cost 110 now instead of 100, and so that's a nice change. A little bit less spammable, and again, I feel like Knights Templar struggle a bit with food, so this is a big change as well, because now you're consuming a lot more of it if your plan was to do a lot of heavy spearmen, especially around that 2TC build that a lot of people are doing. This is a pretty big nerf, actually, believe it or not. The pilgrims can no longer travel on stone walls, which is something people were doing, where they were taking stone wall from their base all the way to the sacred site. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. Because, well, stone walls would give a lot of bonuses to the units on top, giving them defensive advantage. And then Pilgrim ship speed has been reduced by from 1.5 to 1, which is good. Knights Templar seem to be incredibly strong on water. This is a nice change because you're just getting gold so quickly. So I like that a lot, and that's it for the changes pretty much And that's my thoughts on it. So if you guys have any thoughts about this patch, let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, we'll keep begging for more nerfs to Lancaster, I think. That's pretty much it. Peace.